Hello, fellas and ladies. Continuing doing the Oscar predictions before the Globes start, before we get AFI and stuff. We're almost there. Isn't it wild that from the time you're watching this, a month from now, we'll have Globe nominations, we'll have Critics' Choice nominations, we'll have AFI, we'll know who won NBR. Isn't that fucking wild, bro? It's like only a few months ago I was considering the idea of Nosferatu in picture. I'm just gonna go right into supporting actress, and I'm just gonna jump right to, I think, the new elephant in the room, Ariana Grande for Wicked. She skyrocketed into everyone's predictions after people started seeing it. I've seen Wicked, and I do really like it a lot. And I after I saw it, I was like, yeah, Ariana Grande is just simply gonna get in. I don't want to call her a lock for obvious reasons, but I think it just seems very clear to me that this is one of the most memorable performances of the year. She's really funny. She's very memorable. She even has a lot of really good eye acting with her emotional beats. Wicked's in a position where I just think it'll be too big to ignore. I don't think it's going to be quite universally acclaimed, per se. I think a lot of people love it. I'm kind of in the love it camp, even though I have some issues with it. But I digress. Ariana Grande is just in a clear position to just go right in. Especially in such I'll just say, a pretty weak year. Supporting actress is not strong at all. I mean, actually, okay, I will say it's kind of stacked up a little bit. I did tweet before I saw the movie that, maybe Grande could win supporting actress. In any other year, I'd say absolutely not. She would never beat Divine Jar Randolph. She would never beat Ariana DeBose. She'd never beat Laura Dern, you know what I mean. This year, though, I don't know, Zoe Saldana, even though she's definitely getting in, I definitely think she's a frontrunner. Something about that just feels a little off. We're all just, going with her instinctively. Although, my intuition is telling me that that's wrong. I'm gonna go with her because I don't really think Ariana Grande, she doesn't have, the moment. I think the popular song called Popular is gonna pop off for her. But she doesn't have, a cry scene. She doesn't have, a big, devastating monologue or anything like that. I think it's just a lot of what the reason Ariana Grande is getting in is because she's so funny and so poppy and so memorable. And I don't really think that blends well to a win. And you might say, well, musicals and supporting actress win all the time. Zoe Saldana's right there. I think Zoe Saldana just simply does more than Ariana Grande, even though I didn't see a winner when I initially saw the movie. I do think Zoe Saldana's on track to win at the moment, and she's gonna get in. That's pretty clear. Emilia Perez is it's out today, so who knows what that's gonna look like. But I think Emilia Perez is just so locked in, and I think Zoe and Carlos Sofia Gascon are also pretty secure. Felicity Jones, I have a number 2. A part of me, I can't tell if she's a sneak winner, or if she's just simply Emily Blunt and Oppenheimer, where oh, she's in, she's getting in, but she's not particularly that close to winning, even though she is number 2. Although I'm not counting out a win for Felicity Jones, because she does have the stuff. It just seems to be that Adrian Brody's snatching up all the attention, and then Guy Pearce. Although I'm still not sold on Guy Pearce winning. I'll talk about that in a second. I think at this rate, Zoe Saldana, Felicity Jones, and Ariana Grande are pretty set. They're pretty locked in. I don't really see how they miss at this rate. I think there's a universe for Ariana Grande misses, but I think she's just getting everything. Globe, Critics' Choice, and SAG are guaranteed, and if people are going to try and float a BAFTA snub, I'm not falling for it. Nope. I still have Danielle Deadwyler at 4. That's a little shakier than I would like it to be, because she's amazing, and the piano lesson is simply nothing. It is off the map. Which, I don't really like the movie that much, but I thought Danielle Deadwyler was exceptional. I think they're gonna see the movie. I think it's not a Till situation where alright, it's about Emmett Till's mom. It's a little hard to swallow. The piano lesson is a little bit easier to digest. Even though I think Till is a very digestible movie, I think subject is what stopped people from watching Till, because it's just it's so upsetting. The piano lesson maybe is a little bit digestible, which is why I don't think Danielle Deadwyler is gonna suffer the same fate, because she is undeniable. It's just, are people going to hold the movie against her, or the fact, are people going to see the movie? I don't know, time will tell, but I still think Danielle Deadwyler is looking pretty good. Number 5 slot's very sticky. I took Saoirse Ronan far out because I'm not thinking Blitz is getting in anymore. I took Blitz out for Wicked. I think Blitz is a bad movie, to be frank. I think it's really bad, but Saoirse's really good. That said, she doesn't do anything groundbreaking that makes me think she's solid without the movie. I know there's an instinct to be whoa, but it's Saoirse Ronan. The Academy loves her. I would say they love her when, like, it's safe to go with her, if that makes sense. Like, it'd be like if she got in for Ammonite. It's like, well, why the fuck would that happen? Even though I don't have her in for the Outrun, I think it's a little, like, easier to go with her for the Outrun than this, because the Outrun, she's doing a lot. She's really got, like, you know, playing an alcoholic and all that jazz. Whereas here, you know, she's playing a mother who's kind of doing shit. Like, yeah, she does stuff. She sings, she cries, she, you know, she got her moments, but, like, without the movie to back her up, it's, you know, a little sticky. So I'm until I feel confident putting Blitz back in, which I hope is never, because that movie is ass! Saoirse's down there. And let's talk about everyone else. Aunjanue Ellis-Taylor. I have seen Nickel Boys. Gotta say, I was not convinced of her nomination. I suppose it's possible that they love Nickel Boys so much that she gets in, but I'm not really seeing that passion. Sorry, let me rephrase. I'm not seeing the passion for her, even if I see the passion for the movie. I also don't think the movie's gonna be particularly strong enough for her, for like something like that. She only has like 4 scenes, and yeah, they're monologue-y. She doesn't like scream or cry. She has like teary eyes, and that's about it. That's not ideal. But then again, like, maybe she gets in off of like the fact that people aren't that passionate about the other picks. I think logic-wise, I think Selena Gomez makes the most sense for Emilia Perez. People are still kind of denying her, and yeah, I've seen the criticisms of her performance. I don't necessarily agree with them. I actually thought she was pretty great, even though I don't love the movie. And for some reason, people are like, they're not gonna go with Selena Gomez, but yeah, I've seen almost everyone like have no mental barrier for Ariana Grande, and I also see some people like they're gonna go with Ariana Grande and not Selena Gomez. She's gonna be the pop star. I don't know. Has Selena Gomez not like proved herself as like a legitimate actress? I understand her like filmography is not perfect and it's kind of like laughable, but like she's been acting for like decades. And I don't think it's like Ariana Grande at all. Yeah, you can compare the two if you want, and I think some people will instinctively do that, but like I don't know. I still think that Emilia Perez love is gonna go wide, and I think Selena Gomez, maybe she'll miss like Globe, but I think Critics' Choice, she's got that on lock. And I think, like, people are going to disagree, but I think she's got BAFTA in the bag. It's just really the question of will she get SAG. If she misses SAG, I'll pull her. But, like, I don't know. I think Selena Gomez is the logic choice. My gut, though, weirdly enough, is saying Margaret Qualley for The Substance. I'm still not on the Substance and Best Picture train, even though I'm fully on the Demi Moore train. Like, not a performance isn't necessarily something that like inspires passion, even though the passion does exist. She doesn't then like have the cry moment, even though she is pretty flashy. I think with all the attention for the Substance, my theory is that they're all going to go to Demi Moore, but that does imply that they are seeing the movie, and I do think that they could want to bring Margaret Qualley along with her. Maybe I should just go with Margaret Qualley. I think, like, maybe I should listen to my gut. I think she's going to get something along the way. Maybe she could be like a Jessie Buckley kind of nomination. But it is also kind of jarring to think, wait, The Substance is going to get 2 acting nominations, but not picture? For the kind of movie it is. But for some reason, my brain is just allowing myself to picture it. I have nothing to back it up. I just feel it in my gut that, like, Margaret Qualley's the right answer, even though I am going to stick with Selena Gomez for the time being. I think Selena's more logical than Margaret Qualley. I think Aunjanue Ellis is another smart option, even though I don't fully think that it's going to manifest. And then Margaret Qualley's my gut instinct. Natasha Lyonne, I'm not done with her. I do hope that she can garner some passion points and we get a Globe nom, maybe get a BAFTA nom. I'm not over with her. I'm not done. I still think she can happen. After that, I'm pretty not really considering a lot. I am, no part of me is considering Isabella Rossellini. She can campaign all she wants. Like, Selena Gomez is campaigning like fucking nuts, and so is Rossellini, but Rossellini checks genuinely no boxes. She has like a couple lines, like, and most part she's silent. I know she leaves an impact, but like, and I thought she was excellent, but like, somebody's got to give. I know it'd be fun for her to get nominated, but like, I don't think so, guys. Joan Chen's done. Connie Nielsen's done. Toni Collette, even if juror number 2, somehow made a comeback, I think Toni Collette would not get in. Juror number 2 is never getting nominated for Best Picture, even though I actually quite liked it. And, like, the only case that I heard for Toni Collette was that, like, Kathy Bates got in. No offense, you gotta be pretty fucking stupid to think the reason Kathy Bates got in was because she was in a Clint Eastwood movie. Like she was literally crying, like scream crying, "Let my boy go," on a press conference in Richard Jewell. Toni Collette is rather stoic in the movie. Really good, but rather stoic. Going into supporting actor, I think 4 slots are pretty set in stone. And it's the same 4 that you probably think. Clarence Macklin, Guy Pearce, and Kieran Culkin, those 3 are probably duking it out for the win. And then Denzel Washington's gonna get in for Gladiator. He's not gonna win, but he's pretty solidly in there. I still think Clarence Macklin is the most logical pick for the win, in my opinion. My guy has to win one precursor, and he's got the Oscar on lock. Like, if he wins Globe early on, that's it, I think. Bro's has got to go up there, make a really beautiful speech, get a standing ovation, tell his amazing story, and it's over. And I think he has the most stuff. Okay, if we're going based purely on performance in terms of who checks the most boxes, I think it's either him or Kieran Culkin. Obviously, Kieran Culkin's really big right now. He was really good in A Real Pain. He's like everyone's standout. He's funny. He's got a lot going on with that character. He has the stuff for sure. I'm not counting out Kieran Culkin at all. And then there's Guy Pearce. Guy Pearce is on the cusp of his first nomination finally. I just didn't personally see a victor in that performance. I don't know what it is. Something about that performance isn't like, even though I thought he was outstanding, I'm just not as, like, blown away as I was with Agent Brody and even Felicity Jones. But I do think, we're talking about nominations here, that's secure. Kieran Clarence, Guy Pearce, all secure. Denzel Washington's pretty set in stone. I've seen Gladiator. I don't love it, or like it for that matter. But Denzel Washington's pretty outstanding. He is easily the film's best point. Like, he is such an amazing scene stealer. Everything I found interesting about that movie is from him. Not even the performance per se, but the way you watch him, like, he's clearly scheming and having the time of his goddamn life. Denzel Washington is just like Denzel Washington's such a force in this movie that, like, he just has to get in. If this wasn't Denzel Washington, I might be like, but, like, he's gonna get in. Like, he's Denzel Washington, and he's, like, amazing. It's not even a question for me. After that, it gets a little dicey. I decided to go with Yuri Borisov for a couple reasons. I don't think it's the wisest choice, but I do think it's the one that connects the dots to me the most. I see some people, possibly rightfully so, trying to say, well, I don't think Anora is just going to get the 5 nominations. It's guaranteed. I think something else is going to come along with it. My advice would be, like, I see some people trying to go like, oh, cinematography, something like that. And I'm like, well, don't predict it just because you want to predict another Oscar. The reason I decided to go with Yuri Borisov at the end of the day was I think that, yes, I do think Anora will garner a lot of goodwill. I think Yuri Borisov could be the one that benefits from that the most, aside from Sean Baker and Mikey Madison. But also, I don't know, options seem a little slim at the moment. I think Yuri Borisov is obviously amazing. Obviously, he doesn't like scream or like, yes he does. It's not the showiest performance in the world, but it's a very obviously memorable one. He is a part of that very, very gut-wrenching final scene. I do see him as the passion pick. Like, there's no way he's gonna get in everywhere. He's not gonna get SAG. BAFTA and Globe could be his entire run, and that could be good enough. Let's go over what we have after that. Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice. Obviously, the results of the election were pretty awful. Not great. People wondering how that affects The Apprentice. I personally don't know. I think some people are just instantly like, oh, done. Sebastian, done. I don't want to jump to that conclusion. I do think it either, voters are just don't want to go near anything about Donald Trump, or maybe voters will see The Apprentice as, contributing to anti-Trump sentiment. I just don't know. But either way, I think something will come as a result, and I think Jeremy Strong might not really benefit from it. I'd be surprised if he got nothing, though. I think Sebastian Stan might still get in, but I think Jeremy Strong, even when I watched The Apprentice before the election, I was like, they have to go with Sebastian. They don't have to go with Jeremy. Edward Norton. I mean, nobody likes Edward Norton. I don't know. I hear he's really good. He's playing an actual Pete Seeger, I believe. Who's he playing? Yeah, Pete Seeger. I got it right the first time. Yes. I mean, if Complete Unknown's a thing, I mean, if it's in picture, I think it sounds like he would just easily come along with it. Without picture, though, it's possible, of course. He's Ed Norton. He's a weird guy. Everybody in the industry hates him, but they are also like, fuck, he's talented. Stanley Tucci, I'm kind of coming around on. Maybe they love. I mean, Conclave's doing great, so that is definitely good for Stanley Tucci. But again, I think Tucci will always have a bit of an obstacle, being that, like, he's just nobody's favorite part of that movie. Perhaps he does just enough to squeeze in. He still, to me, kind of feels like when people were trying to get Matt Damon to have it for Oppenheimer, But, you know, I guess Matt Damon, the issue, like, I mean, I don't think Matt Damon was ever going to happen with or without Robert Downey Jr. there, but, you know, Robert Downey Jr. already commandeered that category for Oppenheimer. Either way, I don't know. Tucci's, like, still a question mark for me. I think he's going to get Critics' Choice. If he just gets that, you know, I won't count him out, but I'm not going to predict him. Brian Tyree Henry with The Fire Inside. I'm hoping The Fire Inside makes a comeback, maybe even disrupts the Best Picture race if we're lucky. My guess is The Fire Inside's a goose egg. But I still think I want to consider Brian Tyree Henry a little bit. He is outstanding, and I think if people catch on to The Fire Inside, I think he could really catch some wind. September 5th is, like, absolutely a fucking red herring. Like, I just do not think that this movie is getting an Oscar nomination. I don't think anyone wants to touch this movie because of its subject matter, which, again, I'm not blaming the filmmakers for. It really feels like horrible timing. But, like, I just do not think the September 5th is going to get anything. And even if it does get picture, I'm hearing even the actors want to get in. I guess I can entertain them a little bit with John Magaro and Peter Sarsgaard. I know a friend of mine who fucking hates September 5th, and even he was like, oh, but John Magaro was great. So I guess I'll say him instead of Peter Sarsgaard. But I'm just in the no September 5th camp. After that, I'm like not really like that heavily considering it. I am going to mention Chris Hemsworth again for Furiosa because he absolutely should get in. And again, I stand by that if everybody in the Academy sees this movie, he will get in. But it's not going to happen, unfortunately. Josh O'Connor for Challengers. Maybe there's like a universe, but I'm still in the probably not camp. Ray Fisher, the piano lesson. He's really good, actually, but Adam Pearson, A Different Man. Maybe he gets a Globe nom. I actually can really see the Globes going for Adam Pearson, but, like, I think that might be it for him. And that's that for supporting acting video. I did it. I predicted them. And I did great. I'll just say it. I killed it. Like, subscribe, and share. See me kill it on the next video. I don't know what it is. I think it's directing and writing. Who knows? I'm a wild card like that.